Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and got a pretty good show for you guys tonight. Got some just terrific guests on here tonight. You're going to love these guys. These guys are, they're paintball, just the best of paintball you could ever want. My guests are just great tonight. But I got to say hi real quick to Paul Farrell and Ryan Courtney. To me, loyalty is a big thing. I stress everything I do on loyalty. If you're not loyal, uh, I just don't want to deal with you at all. Ryan Courtney and Paul Farrell, man, these guys are the first two to jump on my show every week. I mean, every week, instantly. And so, I just can't even begin to tell them how grateful I am. And, if you guys ever want a loyal friend and somebody really good, hit up Paul Farrell, hit up Ryan Courtney, and talk to these guys. I mean, they're the best of the best. So, real quick, I'm going to try to blow through my comments and stuff tonight because I got some great guests out here, and I don't want to keep them hanging. Tonight we're going to talk about WCPL that just happened in St. Louis. Now we talked a little bit about it last week, but I got to tell you, it was such a happening. It was so absolutely great. We just had the best of the best there. We even had Gino. Gino from Belkin showed up. It was just absolutely outstanding, every bit of it. And just a real quick note on that. Gino's mother passed away this last week, past few days, actually. So I'm sure not just from myself and my family, I'm sure from the entire paintball community, our prayers go out to him because, I lost my mom 5-6 months ago. Not easy, pretty much sucked actually. So I just don't know what to say other than our prayers go out to him, and we're going to talk to him later on. Vulcan Paint. We shot at the tournament. It just shot absolutely excellent. It shot like darts. I was extremely happy with it. So anyhow, and then a couple things real quick I got to mention. Alex Frazee and Oliver Whitecloud Lang just had their 1 versus 1 down at SC Village. And it was just spectacular. And I wanted to get down there this last week and just couldn't do it. Too slammed up here. So, but anyhow, it went really good. And just a great congratulations to them guys. And, we talked earlier, and I'll see them. They'll be down at Cup down there in Orlando, which is another thing that's coming up in a couple of weeks. WCPL is a great tournament circuit. Love it. NXL is another great tournament circuit. Anything that's good for paintball, I applaud and I push it. And the NXL is great. Tommy Cole, which is kind of the tip of the spear for the NXL. Him and I've been friends for 30 some years. And he's still out there banging away doing it. It's just absolutely great. He was actually going to try to be on tonight, but he's in Morocco right now at some kind of trade thing or something. I don't know. But anyhow, he sends his best, and looking forward to see everybody that goes down to the Cup this year. I know Bill Bailey's taking his museum down there this year, and we're going to have a good time. I have a lot of friends that show up at that bad boy, and so I'm looking forward to having a really good time down there. But again, congratulations to Oliver Lang and Alex Frazee for the 1 versus 1 that they just had at SC Village down there. Absolutely cool. Very happy for you guys. And then real quick, I've been working for weeks trying to the Maui Misfits. It's a Young Guns team, and they've been working very hard to get down to the World Cup. Obviously, everybody knows about the fires that Maui had there, so kind of cut in bad actually to their fundraising. And so what we're doing is, we're trying to help. I've been mentioning it every week. We got a couple things here. We've got this shirt right here. That's signed by Bud Orr and Dan Colby and Gino and just all the biggies in paintball. Where am I going with this? This way. There we go. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Anyhow, this is going up for bid there also. So if you get a chance, jump online or even get a hold of me if you want. But if you get on Maui Misfits or Chris Sierra, go ahead and bid on this because there's not a lot of these out there. And it has everybody's signature on it that really started paintball back in the day. And you're going to want to have that. And then also, I've got this This is an original Ironman shirt. Dave Wees Cook gave it to me. He signed it for me. And this is another thing that we've got up for bid also. So if you guys get a chance, you see it here. It's for a good cause. You know, these kids work their butts off really, really hard. I met them last year when we were at Cup, and I've had them on the show actually a couple of times. And they're just, their energy is terrific. And what they do and what they're going to do for our sport in the future, I think is absolutely fantastic. So, you know, they need our support right now. So if you guys get a chance, jump on Maui Misfit Minis or Chris Sierra and go ahead and throw a bid in on these two guys here. Like I say, you're not going to get a shirt with all these signatures on it. This is a collector's item and a half. It's absolutely very, very cool. And these guys, they absolutely deserve it. They're good, and I'm glad we could give them a hand to get them to Cup here. So, also, I believe Bud Orr has a couple of bodies, right-hand bodies, that he was going to sign and donate to. So, jump on. There's only a week left. You know, I want to have this done by my show next week. So, jump online, Chris Sierra or the Maui Misfit Minis, and bid on these things because you're not going to get them anywhere else. So real quick, let me give my shout outs. I start every week with my buddy Tim Schloss. Now, Tim had the last of the WCPL tournaments that we were just at. It was just great. I mean, what Tim's done to that field, it just blew your mind. It was absolutely cool as could be. Absolutely love it. You know, 2 fields, had the parking in between, the staging in between. Everything was great, you know, and the older you get, the less you got to walk, the cooler it is. So it was pretty cool. I liked it an awful lot. And the people that showed up for that, I got to tell you, it was a who's who. Yeah, right on, James. I got Howdy Watcher right now, man. And he said it best. St. Louis was a blast. You're right, brother. Absolutely right. Period. Keith Kissel. Right on, Keith. The bidding will start at $1.5 billion. That's a little low. I would go with $2 billion. $2 billion to start with. All right. He's going to change that. He's going to bring it up to $2 billion here pretty soon. So Tim Schloss owns Gateway Paintball back there. He has a new tiger stripe camouflage that's just coming out. It's absolutely great. I seen teams wearing it there. I was so proud to see that because this is original, and it's absolutely cool. Here we go, Tracy Perez. Did I miss it? There we go, Tracy. I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks. You better come hang out with me, babe. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Right on. All right. And then Dan and John Colby, Immortal Air, they were my sponsors way back in the day. Air America, now Immortal Air now. And Dan and John also have a WCPL tournament they do down in Florida. So that was another great, great field. So, you know, we're putting this thing together a piece at a time. But you know what really is working good for us is the teams that are showing up. Great, great people. Just absolutely love the teams that are showing up for this. And then Bud Orr. You know, I don't have to say much about Bud. All you can do is mention his name. You know, and everybody's like, oh, Bud Orr. You know, he's got like a halo around him, you know. It's pretty cool. You know, you sit there and watch him. When I was down at SC Village, they took me over and showed me where Bud started in this shack there. This is where actually Autococker started. You know, and I opened up the door and I walked in there. And, man, I got to tell you, it was like a light around Bud. It was, you know, I mean, it was like a happening thing. It was wild. And I just loved it. And, you know, there's a feeling there because, you know, you want to talk about history. I was standing right there in history and not only standing in the history with the guy that made the history. I mean, I was just overwhelmed. Oh, I was sitting there fanning myself so I wouldn't pass out. It was so cool. I wish everybody could have experienced that. It was absolutely terrific. And that was at SC Village, by the way, too. And then Tom K. Tom K was my second marker sponsor, Airgun Designs, for many, many years. Tom, great, great, great person. Him and Bud and Dennis Tipman, God rest his soul. They were all very good friends and all hung out together and worked together, and they were terrific. And then Rainey and Juvie Boucher, I mention them every week because they had paintball news back in the day. And Juvie's not doing very, very well right now. That's Rainey's wife. And what they did for paintball, I never want people to forget. You could go out to your field 2 times a month and pick up their paper. It was paintball news, showed you what just happened, what was coming up. had a map where all the fields were located, what was for sale, what was new. It was just absolutely terrific. And I was honored to be the West Coast editor for them for like 3 years. It was just absolutely terrific. And then Randy Camilla, he was the editor for APG. Jerry Braun, editor for Paintball Sport magazine back in the day, and actually owns Paintball Sport Field out there in New York right now. Ross Alexander had Line SI back in the day. He was actually my first marker sponsor. I still have my first pump, a Bushmaster sitting up here that I played my first tournament with professionally, and it was still 15 man. It was absolutely cool. And then Jim Lively, and that was another person that showed up for the WCPL. I mean, it was so cool. Jim Lively, I haven't seen him in years, and here he was hanging out with us and having a great time. It was just absolutely stupendous. Loved it. And then Gino from Belkin. Now, Gino does a ton of stuff. Tracy Perez, she will even tell you what Gino does. Gino is the one that turned me on to Tracy Perez because I didn't know Tracy, and Tracy had still has actually lung problems, and so the doctor bills were getting very, very. You can imagine what they are. The insurance and everything like that was running out, and they would only handle so much. And got a hold of me and introduced me to her, and Bill and I did a fundraiser for her and raised like $6,000-7,000. It was pretty cool. But anyhow, that's what we're talking about, paintball working together. Always remember that. Same thing we're trying to do for the minis right now. And then I got to mention Mark Gong and Mark Gong Jr., two of the Hermans. These kids, they're going to be there in Orlando, and that's what we're trying to bring the Misfit minis there too, because I just think that all of these kids are the future of our sport, and I really push the kids that on the field they play hard, but off the field, their attitudes, especially for youngsters, is just absolutely terrific. Tracy, I will always be grateful. You know what? I'll tell you, Tracy, what I'm grateful that Gino did was he hooked us up. So I got to meet you. I got to know you. I got to see you at Cup last year. Because I knew you for like a year and a half before I even got to give you the big hug. And I hope to give you another big hug when we're down there this year too. So that's one thing I'll thank Gino for. It was great what we raised for you, but getting to meet you was an absolute treat for me. So I want you to know that. So everybody, let's start dragging people out here and let's talk some paintball here. What do you think, huh? You start with Bill Bailey.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I think you read something, but you weren't doing it. So I'm like, all right, what the heck? We'll just go bring them out like it is. So, I'm going to wear my shirt like that too. I guess there's only 2 of those made.
Yes, there was. Yeah. Well, there was actually 4. 2 for me and 2 for Tim.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to complain to somebody, they could just look at the bright neon yellow and.
Yeah, I got mine put away. That's why I didn't wear mine.
Yep. Smart.
Someone's come and complain and look for the guy in the yellow shirt. Yep. I put mine away. Yep. So yeah, we got a pretty good cast here tonight. We got some pretty cool people coming on here tonight.
I've seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So should be a lot of fun. And we got Howdy watching us. You want to talk about loyalty? Howdy's loyal, huh?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I love the guy. He's crazy as hell. One of my favorite guys, man. Yeah. Yeah, if you're sane, you probably couldn't hang around with us. So, but anyhow, let's start dragging some people out here. I'm going to bring out a guy that I actually just met not too long ago. But he keeps growing on me, piece at a time. And he's working pretty hard for the sport too. He has a pretty good team that he brought out to all the WCPL tournaments this year, and played his butt off and came in so close to being the series champion. It's wasn't even funny. So please, everybody, welcome Mr. Jacob Easter. What's going on, Jacob?
Going on, everybody?
How you doing this evening, my friend?
I'll hang in there. Glad to be on the show with you guys and talking paintball.
Absolutely. Hey, yeah, I like the shirt. Pretty cool.
I'm surprised you could see me.
I could see it. Yeah, I know it. Your face stuck out. That was it.
Oh, yeah. This section.
Yeah, There you go. There you go. Jacob had me on his show the other night, and man, I had such a bad
Shout out to
echo in my
Howdy.
ear. Oh, what did he give you? Oh, there you go. Yeah, Howdy's a cool guy, huh? Yeah, we go back
Yes, he is. Love that man.
like a gazillion years. So we've always had a good time together. In fact, I don't ever think of a bad time. So hey, we got
I
Andy
got to
watching
play
us too.
against him. Well,
There
remember
we go.
Howdy got to play at Panhandle,
It's absolutely right. This last game with the Blasters.
Yeah.
and I got
Yep,
to be a part of
absolutely.
that. Play against him. That was awesome.
Yeah, I got to play against him. Except the problem was it was like 30 some years ago. Because we butted heads with each other back then when he was the Blasters. I had Constant Pursuit, and it was us, the Ironmen, the Wild Geese. A lot of teams that people are going, who the hell were they? Well, they were guys that worked their butts off back in the day to play some paintball. So it was pretty cool. But we got some good guys on here tonight too. You know what? How about we drag out this guy that him and I have been friends for a gazillion years. I call him my big brother. He is one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet in your life. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Butterware.
Hey, guys, ladies, and gentlemen, and all that.
How you doing,
Kids.
brother?
I'm doing
Yeah.
great. How you
Hey,
doing?
bud.
Doing good. I see you took your jacket off. It's because Bill teased you?
Yeah, it started getting hot. I guess I'm getting fat or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was Gino's line. You know that.
You're getting that Manny pause.
Yeah, that was Gino's line. Give me a break.
Yeah.
So,
how you guys
yeah.
doing? Everything good? Everybody's
Yeah,
good?
everything's good. We want to talk a little bit tonight about the fun we had in the competition that was at the WCPL. Because, man, I got to tell you, there was some slugging teams out there. Man,
Yes,
they
they were.
played hard. Yeah. So, yeah, and Jacob brought one of them there. It was pretty cool. I absolutely loved it.
Jacob's a cool guy. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's growing on me. It takes time, takes years. You know how that works, bud.
Yeah,
Appreciate
a
it.
long time.
I mean, I love you now, but it took what, 32 years. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Jacob's like, holy crap, 32 years, you guys won't be around.
I was 4.
Oh, yeah. Rub it in. All right, everybody. It was great seeing Jacob tonight. Right on, man. I got another guy I want to bring out here real quick. I think is a terrific kid. I got to hang with him before, and I just like his attitude. Just everything about his attitude is good. Looks like he's in a blue room, though. Man, I don't know if that's like an alien shot or what it is, but it's pretty cool, Bruce. Please, everybody, welcome Bruce Tucker. Or Hoppity, excuse me.
Hey.
Hoopty.
Hey,
Hoopty.
good evening, gentlemen. Good
Hoppity.
evening, gentlemen.
Yeah. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing wonderful. How are y'all?
Everybody's great.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Staying out of trouble. It's a lot cheaper.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit tonight about the tournament because I thought we had a great time. On the field, it was not easy, period. But, off the field, I thought everybody got along really, really good. We had one incident that we're not going to talk about anymore. We're going to let that roll by because that is history as far as I'm concerned now. So, yep, there you go. Right on, Jacob. So from now on, it's nothing but the pluses. Actually, I'm going to start with you, Jacob. You guys, you came to all 5 of the events, the WCPL events, and you guys played terrific at all of them. You put guys together for each one of the teams, for each team that you had all the way for all 5 of them. So you never had you had a core, but you never had the same 10 guys. But yet you did well in all 5 of the tournaments.
Yeah, I like to think I bring a different old school mentality maybe to it. I noticed that a lot of people like to play the way that they're wired by the coaches, and I like to think outside of the box. I play scenario paintball. So if me and 3 of my friends have to hold and fend off for 30 minutes, 100 guys, that's more than just a few lanes on an airball field. That's acres and acres of field. And I got 3 of us. So, I mean, you limit it to 10 guys in 12 minutes and a flag on the other end of the field. It's just a scenario. That's
It
all I've been
absolutely is.
playing for 4 years.
You
Like,
guys did great. There's all different forms of paintball right now. It just is for some reason. The woods ball. It that's where we started was woods ball. Bud will tell you that. Bill will tell you that. We all go back. It was all woods ball all the time, and I just for some reason love the woods ball. Anybody can compete in it, and it's not as easy as it looks.
right.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm also a hunter, so I think when you put me in a woods atmosphere, some people don't understand that if you sit in a tree for a weekend, for sun up to sundown, and watch when the sunlight changes, everything changes too. What you can see at 1 o'clock is not what you can see at 6 o'clock, sitting in that very same location. So
Yep.
you put me in the woods, and I think like that.
Well, you know what? But that's a good way to think because when you pick a field or you pick the side of the field, you look at the sun because, like you said, through the course of the day, the light changes in there. And there's a couple times we lost the flip, and we had the sun in our eyes, and you could look across that field, but you couldn't see anybody. It was just maddening.
Or even if the sun hit on one of those fields, then certain bunkers that you wouldn't see somebody come from the start gate and even get into, all of a sudden the sun popped out, and now you see that guy's shadow poking out behind his bunker.
Yeah, we actually had a pretty good game against you, the band. We had Happy in the corner, boy, and he was hard for you guys to dig out. That was a good bunker.
Yeah, Happy was tough to get out, but Spike was tough.
Yeah, they're
You
a
had
couple
him
of
on
good
the
little
other side
players.
corner.
Yeah, they're a couple of good little players. The way we just talked just right now, man. I mean, I don't know. I had so much fun there, hanging out with you guys, taking pictures with you guys, just shooting a bull with you guys. To me, that was a big portion of the tournament all by itself.
Yep. So some of, like you said, I did throw together teams everywhere I went. I tried to bring people that played other aspects of tournament ball and blend them in with some of my core guys so that we could play off of it. But at the same time, what you're doing is trying to grow paintball on a different side of it and bring some old school things back. So I think those people that never got to see some of the old school stuff, bringing them into what you guys were doing was game changer. I had a pro guy from Joy Division come and play with us and loved your guys' atmosphere. I had another guy that played semi-level or semi-pro level up ball and loved what you guys were doing. He's been pro ICPL before, and your atmosphere, your evening dinner plans, the meet and greet, all these things of stuff he's watched his whole career, he's never had the opportunity to do, and that happened for him.
Oh,
Game changer.
very cool. Yeah, I thought the meet and greet was pretty cool. What do you think, Bud? You like the meet and greet?
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. Got to hang out with all the guys and the ladies, and no, it was fun. Um, we we added that, and I think it's that big, and it was great. I loved
Yeah.
it. You know.
You remember back in the day, when we used to do, especially Lively's. We
Yeah,
always had a players' party. Either
yeah,
Lively's or Jerry Bronze. Either one of them. We
yeah,
always had a players' party, and it was
yeah.
on Saturday night, or Deborah's too. Same thing, with the Amateur Open back in the day. We always had a players' party, and it just always seemed like fun. Everybody got together and swapped phone numbers and just had a good time, talking about it. And
Well, well, it
I,
gives you the opportunity to meet the people you're shooting at, and uh, get a rapport with them, you know. It's and so when they shoot you real bad, then it's not bad, you know.
Yeah. Oh, there you
So
go. Yeah, yeah, I guess
yeah,
that's one way to look at it.
no, yeah, no, it's you know, rather than trying to kick their butt, you know, you said, hey, that was a good shot, man, or 50 of them.
I'll tell you,
So
but now I know why people call you the philosopher. That's pretty cool,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I just I didn't even know what to say. It was perfect, perfect. I wish I'd have said it actually.
I,
Now, Bruce,
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on, buddy? Did you have a good time there?
Yes, sir. I had one of the best times out in St. Louis. I was never really able to indulge in that city, let alone be able to go to that city and play paintball. So to be able to travel there, experience St. Louis, and then play paintball all weekend, it was a dream come true. It was honestly just living in a full memory. Uh, I still, am frolic about the whole experience. It's not every day you get to, go on a road trip and play paintball and get to meet Bud or, that never happened to me before. So going out there and that happening, that was very memorable. And then the fields were definitely way different than most of the woods fields that I've ever played as well. The bunkers, since we hadn't been able to practice on them, it was learning on them very fast, but it wasn't like a grueling head-to-head competition. I would say it was a nice, enjoyable fun because there were times where JT Inman, his pump team, playing those guys, and even though it was woods and they had pumps, those dudes held their own. And playing against them, like you had to change your whole motion because if you were sitting out too long, they'd get you. And that was just a whole different type of play. I haven't had to do since probably 2005 or 2006.
So basically, you just said you enjoyed it. I love it.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
blast. Yeah, it was honestly, in my opinion, I like that one better than the one that occurred in Holt, Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very, very good time. I just meeting people, like I always tell everybody, the tournament's a big thing. I love the tournament. I love getting out there and playing paintball. But when I get there at these tournaments and I'm hanging out with all my friends, I consider myself that's the win already. Because, without the paintball thing, other than Bud, Bud and I, we can see each other. But, a lot of these guys, I don't see them unless it is about paintball, you know, real
Tuesday
simple.
night,
So I love it. What's that, Bill?
only on Tuesday night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I can't hug anybody,
No.
man. Yeah, when we were in St. Louis, though, I was looking for people to hug because I was freezing my butt off. So every time I got a hug, I was warming up, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's going, "Oh man, you see Fred Schultz hug me?" I go,
Well,
"Yeah," because it brought me up 4 degrees. I was freezing.
well, Joe, I think Joe Snelton and Andy Starrett, I think they got plenty of hugging going on. So, you could have
Yeah,
grabbed at them.
yeah. You know what? He's walking around with a T-shirt on. Every time I look at him, I started shaking like Don Knotts. I'm
And
like, yeah,
shorts. And shorts.
in shorts. Yeah, I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
man. Yeah, Bud, you were doing the same thing.
Oh shit, I was freezing my butt off.
You had
Uh,
like 6 jackets on. You looked like Nanook from the north.
yeah.
Yeah, I got Tim called me today and he's like, "Hey, is my coat? Do you have my coat by any chance? I loaded the Bud and I haven't seen it since." Big old Carhartt jacket. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that.
"Yes, I have it, Tim. I've got it in my truck."
Yeah, he had two other jackets on underneath that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, I had two coats and two sweatshirts and a t-shirt,
Yeah,
and
layers.
I was fine.
yeah,
Just layers.
Yeah.
yeah. I was ready to hit you up for one of them jackets, but I knew it wouldn't work. So I knew you weren't going to get
I,
off that.
I'd arm wrestle you for it.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Oh man, here, Howdy's chiming in here, man. He'd still love to be able to play, but hanging with great friends is what I enjoy the most. And I got to tell you, buddy, hanging with you, you and I've hung together for a lot of years. You're a special man in the sport of paintball. And like
Oh,
Jacob said, in Florida, you got to play. He got to play against you. Now, I can say I got to play against you. Jacob can say he got to play against you. But now none of the other kids nowadays can say that they got to play against you because you retired after that. That was your last game with the Blasters. And so,
yeah.
Jacob, that's kind of like a milestone thing, buddy. Look who, when we're all gone, look who you can say that you played against.
Even more full circle, Hoopty played with Lockout at Holt, and after that match, grabbed his camera, put his gun down, and came over and did photos for Toxic Teddies. And at one point, there's a photo out there when we played against Hoopty and them. He was the last man alive, and he came running down the middle of that hybrid field in between the little ink blocks. He come
Right?
running down trying to bunker one of my younger guys. There was like 6 guns on him, but boy, he did not care.
Yeah, yeah. Howdy said 40 years. Okay, well, I try to keep it. People don't think I'm that old, then if I only go like 35. So, all
It
right,
was a
you
mistime.
outed me. Way to go, Howdy. You used to be my favorite. I don't know now. Man, and another thing too. The fields were great. Tim Schloss did just a tremendous job on the field. Bill helped them down there. But they made the parking lot bigger. And what a layout. You got a field on each side. In between you got the parking and you got the pits. I mean, how special is that? Not walking very far at all back and forth like that, man.
We're already making plans to make field one wider and longer. So it's going to be about 30 feet wider, and it's going to be about 50 to 60 feet longer. We've got to pull some measurements to see how much we can actually squeeze out of that field because we're running out of territory.
Well, there's a path back behind it that actually belongs to the
Yeah,
county or the city or something like
yeah,
that. So he's got to stay so far up that he was
yeah.
telling me. But yeah, he said he's going to stretch it out a little bit, and that's just going to be absolutely cool. I love the fields, I really did,
We
and
we built we built them purposely so there's no mirror. There's no sense to that field mirror wise. It's not a design field.
Can I give a recommendation as a player?
sure, less
Uh,
bunkers.
no, the show side, the net side of that field on field 1, the right side off of break needs something a little bit extra towards that net side. That little mound bunker from the opposite corner of the field, it's kind of a dead trap unless something extra gets put there, maybe like a TP one, because it could be playable but still allow the bunkers that you want to be playable on that side of the field. I just
It's
noticed it was an easy death trap instead of somewhere that somebody on that side of the field could be able to play all of it.
right. Well, what we do is, each time we have a tournament, we take suggestions just like that. That's how we're building it to make this player friendly because that's what it's all about is being player friendly. And until you hold a tournament, you need to give it a shot because it is not easy. There is more moving parts than what you see, and it's easy to talk about doing it, but doing it is very, very tough sometimes. And taking advice, like you just said, Jacob, that's how you build it to make it so that eventually it's going to be like all players like it. So we appreciate that. That's very cool.
Well, the other thing I noticed I heard a lot of players saying that they didn't like about it was they felt that it wasn't a playable thing in the middle. And that's a comment that if you've ever played at Badlands, where ICPL does their stuff out there at Badlands, it's kind of like a zipper field. If you play the middle of that first field in that manner, you can put 2 people who are disciplined heads down to leapfrog, and they can
Yeah,
work that field like a zipper.
yeah. There's a lot of bunkers on that field. The whole thing is, over the years, I've got to play woods ball fields all around the world. Period. And each place I go, the fields are different. And the whole ticket to me was you're there to play that particular field. You need to figure it out and to play that particular field. See, that's the big thing for me. As far as the bunker thing goes, I absolutely agree on that. You could take and put another bunker over there would be absolutely cool. But every field is different. They're all different. And that's what makes them so hard. I've seen great teams go against put together teams and just get their butts spanked because they could not figure out the field.
Yep.
Yep. You just got to
Very
figure that.
common in the old days.
Yeah, absolutely, big time. Yeah. And that when we used to play, Jacob, we would play, the tournament would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because there would also be a 5-man there. But we would go out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we would spend all day Thursday running the field. We would have guys from both sides running to bunkers to see who could get to where and what. I mean, we spent tons of time on that. And now it's a little bit different. Now you go out there the day before and you better figure it out. And, just like you guys, I noticed, and not just you guys, but all the teams, I noticed as the day goes on, you guys play better and you play different because now you're figuring everything out. So that's, you being a captain, that's what makes you smart is you sit and you figure it out. You see what doesn't work.
It's a numbers game. And I noticed a lot of people don't pay attention to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And plus, speaking of numbers, next year we're using PB leagues for everything. That's going to just be all the way down the line. I talked to Tim about that. And because, the guys like to get on their phone and see what's going on, makes it a lot easier. So that's happening next year for sure. And Hoopity. God, Bruce. I got to call you Bruce. Hoppity Hoopity. I'm getting that all screwed up. It's like trying to figure out somebody's name here. So you got to play, and you played against Jacob too, correct? Uh-oh. Hold one tight. Here. We got the guy that owns this field right here. What's going on, Tim?
Just sitting here enjoying the show.
Oh, right on, man. You got popcorn and everything?
I got the whole deal, pal. I got the whole deal.
Yeah. What do you think of these guys here tonight, man? They're talking pretty good about your field.
Everything's just great, man. I enjoy the comments. You never want to stay still. You always want to make things better. I'm glad to see Bud's looking good again. I was glad I found my jacket that Bill had. Things are good. But I'll tell you, Jacob's got something going on, though. I mean, like I said, for being a one-year-old team, those guys have come on like a steamroller.
Yep, they're doing really, really good, man. So, actually, that's how I met you. Remember I think it was, 88 at Lively's event? That's when you and I hooked up, I think.
Yeah. You were playing good. Yeah. It's a lot of history. What was that? Was it 88 or 89?
88, yeah. It was 88. I got the patch hanging over here someplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 88.
We got the last of the guys that got out of here yesterday. Neil left for Australia yesterday about 3. So
wow.
We're all done now. But I had a great time. It was fun meeting a bunch of new people. Got to spend some time and talk with Bonchek. I'd never really gotten to talk or get to know her. She's a great lady. Got to see Lively. I hadn't seen him face to face for a couple of years.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah. It was just Terry and I spent the night with him. He and Linda about 4 years ago. That was the last time I saw him. But he's a great guy, man, and just a gentleman and great guy.
People don't understand. You talk about speedball. You remember down by the lake when he took and he put the hay bales thing together, and that was the first time we played speedball.
Yep. I remember that year after that, Termite Smith made those cheapy looking things.
Yep.
Yeah. That was when the Muffs played. I don't know if you were on that game. That was when the gals had the perfumed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I probably still got uniforms in my warehouse that still smell like that.
That was horrible.
Oh my God.
Horrible. But you were right. in his defense, they always had get-togethers. It was always a good time where you got to get, sit down and chat with the, guys in the industry and different teams, and that kind of went away from, and everybody just started hanging out by themselves, and we talked about it, and we started in New York where we started getting together, socializing. We started out with just our group, and we've grown it into a substantial thing where we're actually getting together and mingling with people and letting them talk with us and just.
That's how it should be, though. That's how it should be, though, Timmy. I mean, you're there to play hard. There's no doubt about it. But getting to meet people, I think, is absolutely great. That's one of my big things. I absolutely love meeting people. And and look at right here. Look at on the screen. If it wasn't for paintball, who on the screen would we have met?
Absolutely. You look at the places it's taken. I mean, you and me had sat there at the Queen England's cousin's house and had dinner.
That's correct, my friend.
I mean, we went to Germany. We've been, we went all over the world.
Shit, I don't remember Amsterdam.
Well, I got some pictures someplace.
Oh, no. Right on, brother. Well,
I mean, really, that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we're trying to bring it back where people really are enjoying it. You're spending a lot of money and traveling and everything, and why would you want to get there and have a miserable time?
Oh yeah, that's a mouthful right there. Well, I got Bruce and Jacob. They were both talking just great about it, talking good about the fields, talking good about the time that they had too. And Jacob mentioned the meet and greet and stuff like that, which I thought was very, very cool.
Well, I got to talk to Jacob. I remember it was at Shapley's. He was there by the bar. I was talking to Dave and Dave Bell, and he was there. And, I mean, great guy. I mean, anything we can do to help him, grow his team or whatever, man, I'm behind him. He's those are the kind of guys I like to see. The enthusiasm level is through the roof.
Yeah, he's growing on me. It takes time. You know how that works.
No, he's a good guy. We might have to snag him one time and take him overseas or something.
Yeah, we could probably do that. You think he could take it?
I don't know. He's gonna have to hang with.
Where's my passport?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one, huh?
Oh my God. My grandkids are absolutely in love with Bud. They think it's just they're all just worked up. They were working with him in the paint trailer, and I can't tell you how many times they asked me, "You talk to Bud? You talk to Bud?" I said, well, "I'll talk to him tonight." And they said, "Well, tell him we said hi." They
were telling me that he looked like Santa Claus. That was the reason. I don't know.
I didn't get a picture of it, but Bud was sitting on the chair, and my youngest, he's 6. He's laying on Bud's chest, and Bud's got the coat over both of them. All you could see was Brock's head poking out.
Oh, that'd be a great picture.
Yeah, it would have been, but I didn't have a camera, access to a camera. But anyway, I'm just
yeah, we got some good pictures out of there.
We're making the one field bigger, and I think we're gonna move some stuff around. So it'll be different next year than it was this year, but not much. But we're changing it up enough to where people can tell it's going to be different.
Let me ask a question while I got you real quick. Jacob, you guys planning on playing that next year?
Yeah, you might actually see 2 Toxic Teddy's lines at possibly again all 5.
Wow, did you hear that, Tim? No, you didn't hear that. Yeah, okay. I should have held it in my other ear. It went through. But yeah, he says possibly there might be 2 Toxic Teddy teams next year.
Well, we would love to have them. I know Mark's bringing over the Predators for sure.
Yep.
With Marcus, and they said they thought that the German guys would come over, and he was also talking about maybe another English team. So that'd be. Neil's on the phone already working to get an Australian team, and if I could find a way to get a Canadian team, we would just we'd be sitting right.
Well, the Booney Boys.
Well, I'd love to have them. They got a year to figure out how to pull it off, but I mean, I'd really like to see it.
Yeah, I'll start working on them. Yeah, I'll start working on them. Yeah, because they're a great, man. They actually played on Constant Pursuit. I took 5 of them and took 5 Constant Pursuit, and we went and did a couple of tournaments. We did a World Cup, and we did Chicago too, and did real good.
Hey, are the Teddy's going to be at World Cup?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. We can hang with them.
Well, Jacob will be there anyhow. I don't know about the
Yeah.
Teddies.
Well,
I
tell
do
him
I
to
do
come by,
have teddies.
come by the museum and let us know where they're going to be, or if he's going to be, and we'll grab some lunch or do something. I'd love to see those guys while we're down there.
Oh, we'll hunt him down.
That's cool. All right, well, listen, I'll let you get back to the show. I just wanted to call in and say hi.
Right on, brother. We appreciate it and we love you, man.
Love you guys. See ya.
All right, bye. All right, everybody, it's Tim Schloss, Tiger Stripe Camouflage, and owner of Gateway Paintball. What a great guy, I got to tell you. There you go, Jacob. See, you're starting to get there a little at a time, man.
No, I appreciate it. Tim's a really good guy. Like he said, we got to sit there and mingle and chat for, I don't know, it was probably 30 minutes to an hour, and listen to a bunch of old stuff. I sat there with a couple of the guys, and we just, Hoopty was one of them because Hoopty played with us. And we just sat there behind a lot of the guys at the bar and soaked up all these legends sitting in one place in front of us, telling stories from before most of the guys sitting with me were even born.
Yeah, that's very cool. And when you're sitting at the bar, the stories roll out pretty easy, don't they, bud?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The longer you get there, the longer you stay there, the better they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, you just said a mouthful, my friend. Yeah, and we've
Yeah,
got some stories too. Jacob, sometime when we're all together and not live, we'll talk. We'll tell you some stories.
yeah.
Can't wait to hear
Yeah,
Jacob
we
probably left with his mouth hanging open, like, "Oh, really?"
it.
Oh my God, absolutely. So, Bruce, you going to go to a cup? Are you going to be down there?
Me?
Bruce,
Oh, Bruce. Bruce, are you
Hoopity,
there?
His,
can you
his
hear me?
volume's
Bruce.
down.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh, can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep.
I
Yep.
can hear you now. You sound like a
All
Verizon
right, good to go.
commercial. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be down there at World Cup. I'll be getting down there probably on Friday, playing there, and then playing on Sunday. But I'll be looking for y'all down there as well and getting together with y'all. It's going to be a blast for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Bill's bringing his museum down there along with Kenny Stewart. Kenny's
Yep.
bringing. Bill, is Kenny bringing his also, or just
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah,
Or?
we're bringing both of them.
Oh, so you're going to combine them there then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope the weather's good, because I know your tent took a beating when you. Where was
Well,
that at Monte
they're
Casino?
yeah, they're supplying the tent, so
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah,
hopefully it's okay.
that'll work out perfect. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's gonna be a good time, and Bruce, definitely look us up. We'll go hang together. If there's people that like you and Jacob don't know and you want to meet, let me know. I'll introduce you to them, man, because we know quite a few people.
Oh yeah, y'all know everybody, and I know whenever we went to that brewery, I got to meet a whole bunch of people I never imagined I thought about meeting, and that was an eye opener. That was honestly one of my most favorite nights I've ever had.
You know,
Just going to that brewery.
Yeah.
like I said earlier too. If it wasn't for paintball, everybody on the screen would not know each other. Period.
Not at all.
That is, to me, that is a big thing about paintball, and something I absolutely love. And real quick, we had Gino on earlier. I still got his ceiling on. You guys want to see his ceiling?
Bring him on.
That's Gino's ceiling. Matter of fact, I think that's Gino's biggest fan. That's a joke. Forget it. Forget it.
Thump, thump.
You know, another fun fact some people don't think about is two of you guys in this podcast. We may not be playing paintball anywhere in the United States if it wasn't for you guys and the things that you went and fought for to make it what we have today.
We appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Bud and I go back in the day. We went through some crap, huh, Bud?
Oh,
Yeah. Just said it all.
that's a bunch of stories, but it's that's history, man. That's what That's what it's all about. You know,
We
we
didn't give
wouldn't
up
move
though.
forward without it. So,
Yep, we
nope,
didn't give
never
up.
gave up.
Yep,
Yeah,
just
the
like that.
bigger the fight, the more I liked it. You know,
There you go.
so
Yeah, we stood tall on them, that's for sure. And Jacob, I appreciate you mentioning that too.
yeah. Thank you,
Um,
Jay.
No
yeah,
problem. It's crazy. There's
yeah.
so many people that play it, have played it for years. There's pros that probably play it, and some of them have no clue what you
Well,
guys went through to make it to where they can play it.
I'll tell you, Jacob. You go back in the day when we were the pros back then when we started. And a lot of them, kids would come up to me, and I had time for everybody, just like Bud does. It doesn't matter who you were. You came up, and if you were nice, I was talking to you and having a good time with you. And a lot of the so-called pros back then, these kids would go up to them, and they had no time whatsoever for them. And those guys are the guys that died out. Period. Those are the guys that they had their 15 minutes of fame, and then they were dust. And so, doing just like what you're doing, and same thing for you, Bruce. You guys both are carrying a very good attitude. And I had Marcus Davis, him and I, years ago. He came up to me. I was sitting by the swimming pool, some damn hotel. I stayed in a gazillion of them, and he come up to me and he sat down and he goes, he says, I want to be the Fred Schultz of England. What does it take? I go, simple. Be nice to everybody. And when we were in St. Louis, he came up to me, gave me a hug, and he goes, you know what? He goes, that was the best advice I ever had, and it worked just like you said it was. So I'm giving you two guys the same advice. Be nice. Remember, people, don't ever think that you're better than anybody else,
Never,
and you
never.
you will get popular, popular, popular. Take my word for it.
Yeah, we
Yes,
all put our pants on the same way, and
Yeah, we still put
it,
ours on backwards sometimes. I couldn't figure out why my
well, yeah.
zipper's in the
I mean,
back. It sucks. Yeah, but anyhow.
we got an excuse though. We're old, you know.
But
Yeah, and I've been using that more and more too.
but Bud comes
You put them
walking.
on. You're looking for the zipper. There ain't one. Oh, what?
Bud comes walking out of his hotel room. And he's like, "God damn it!" And he's switching his shirt back around.
Yeah. Oh, upside down.
Yeah, it was
It gets
inside out.
comical. It gets
People
comical.
see me if I put my shirt on inside out. I just tell them I did that because the other side was dirty. So you can
Yeah,
use that. Always remember that.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Thursday.
yeah. You got you got two pair of underwear. You wear them all week.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering why they said Monday and it was Thursday already. Uh,
yeah. It's
that's
one of
another
those
show,
things.
bud. That's another show.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, that's coming up. I hope. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Belkin paint because
Let's go.
Gino
Yeah.
he worked his butt off getting the paint. For my tournament out here, actually, he worked his butt off getting that set up, and he got me to paint. And Jacob was here. It was like 103 degrees. It was hot 30. Period. And the paint still shot really, really good. And in that type of heat, it's very, very hard for any paint to shoot good.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jacob? Because you shot it out here.
I thought it worked great. I mean, you shouldn't have been worried about how the paint was shooting in California and Nicholas. You needed to worry about how you could even shoot from some bunkers because of foliage and tree coverage. It wasn't just typical normal lanes. So, I mean,
Yep.
theoretically speaking, you had to get kind of close anyways to get your to really get a guy out of some of those places. Everybody used the same paint. I didn't hear any complaints from any of the teams.
You did pretty good out here.
Yeah, we podiumed with that paint. We took third place.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, I think all year long, Jacob, I think third place was the worst you guys did.
So our season started with a major throw together team at the first California event.
Yep.
And I had one core guy with me, and then got to meet Ping and all
Ping,
those
yep.
guys. They came and joined us. And we went out there, and there was some heavy hitting competition. We were really learning a lot in that one. Our key components there was we stalemated Glenn Forrester's team, and he's the field owner, and had Avalanche, dynasty guys. I mean, he had a stacked roster, and we were one of the only teams to stalemate him on his own field. That's a positive in my book for a team just
Yep,
thrown together.
absolutely right.
We
He had heavy
stalemated the,
hitters on there, believe me.
yeah, we stalemated the LA Ironmen. We were one of the few teams that didn't allow them a pull in the hang. Those were standout moments that I took as positives and built from.
Yep.
Then I took a full scenario team to Florida, and we were 33 points off of the finals in that three-way tie with Lockout and Juggernauts, and
right.
Juggernauts ended up winning the whole thing.
That's right.
Fast forward to New York, we were 3 points off if you go back and look at the scorecard from the finals. I kicked myself in the butt on that one because I let alcohol defer me away from being able to play on the field. Haven't made that mistake again.
You notice
That
I
three
didn't
point,
mention that either. Huh? See?
that 3 point message or 3 point difference could have been on me in that one, and we would have been there. Then after that, it was podiums.
Yep. Yeah, and you rocked ever since, and now you're still building. You know, this was what? This is your first year with Toxic Teddies, right?
So I started the team 4 years ago, just scenario. And this year was the first year we did any tournament team because Ruben, DK, and Short, my core guys, all wanted to switch to do tournament stuff. Last year, Bob White crew brought me on so I could come and play the WCAPO Gateway. And I knew this was the series to put my starting team into. And they trusted me to guide us down the right path. And they listened when I said we weren't going to do the things everybody else does the way everybody else does them. Just trust me, let's do it. And played the long game. And
Well, I got to tell you, we were very glad that you came on board with us. You know,
I appreciate you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, the Ironmen, they're also committed for next year. But, you know, there's a lot of teams right now that are going to come in that want to play this next year because I think it's basically because they see the fun that we are having. You know, I mean, on the field, boy, it's a grind. Yeah, it's a grind on the field. But, you know, off the field, it's a lot of fun. And like I say, I never got to meet you if it wasn't for paintball.
Yep,
Oh,
absolutely.
man, show's not even over, guys. We've already had 189 views,
Nice. Hey, can I
video
speak on
views.
that Valken paint topic that you were already talking about?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
With World Cup right around the corner, I shot their paint at Chicago Chicago NXL. Was amazing. Few of the people that I played with that played on the Toxic Teddies line at WCPL played 10 men at that Chicago event and podium first place, second place. So if you're looking for that Valken paint deal, that's out there at NXL at World Cup too.
Yeah, you know, he works really, really hard for everything that he puts out, you know, and until you make a paintball, it's very hard to criticize it because there is so many components in it. There's just so much to do to make it perfect. I wouldn't do it myself personally. It's not easy. Am I right, Bud?
It's not easy at all.
Science.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. I'll tell you a lot. And it's got to be dead on, otherwise you got a bad batch. So,
Yep.
I made paint for a couple of years. So,
So yeah,
but
you know firsthand then.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
You got
it's
to make sure the ribbon's perfect. You got to make sure the paint's perfect. It's just
well, the fill and just everything about
everything.
it, you know, and the
Yeah.
temperature where it's being made. You know, Gino was talking to me. He says he watched my video from back in the day when I went down to RP Shira, and I went in to film it. And Jacob, in case you've never seen it, I went in to film it, and I had a cameraman with me, and we could only be in there. I think it was 3.5 minutes. We had to wear robes and everything, and the 3.5 minutes was because our body temperature changed the temperature and moisture in the room, and that's how sensitive this stuff was. It was
you know,
absolutely incredible.
I got to give a little plug for Gino because most of I went to a lot of tournaments and and most of the paint manufacturers don't send nobody there, but Gino's there. He's interested in having the best on the market, and I've talked to him about manufacturing paint, and he's not he can manufacture it, just from his knowledge. So I mean, and that's a big plus. Let me tell you, there's a
Yeah. Well,
lot
he
to
took,
it.
he had Mike Radko go down there, down in Southern California about a month and a half ago or something like that. But he was at your house. And Mike
Yeah,
Radko used to be with Zap up in, when I was sponsored by Zap up in Canada. And went up, Mike Radko was one of the first guys I met. So, he had it going on pretty good. Hey,
very
Jacob, you know
no.
Ryan Courtney?
Yeah,
Jacob, do you
Yes,
know
I believe
Ryan
so.
Courtney?
Believe so.
He's a
You
great
know,
guy.
you know how it is with face sometimes. Sometimes it's easier to see a guy with a paintball mask down. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, Ryan. Yep, got it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yep.
but Gino was there all weekend, just making sure that. I mean, he must have checked 50 cases of paint and just making sure everything's right.
He did.
So my hat's off to him for that because
Yeah.
When I did,
most owners don't do that. So
nope. Bud, when I did my tournament up here in Northern California, the paint came here and it was stuck in a box truck for a whole day. It was like 103 degrees out. So, I'm like, holy crap. Gino calls me up and he told me, he goes, Freddie, take a look at the paint when you get it out. If you don't like it, let me know. He says, I'll overnight you 2 skids of paint. Now, can you believe that? You know what that would
yeah.
cost overnight 2 skids of paint? I mean, overnighting a carton of paint is expensive, let alone 2 skids of it. But that's how he was standing behind it with me, and it
He's
worked great. So
he pretty much stands behind anything
What?
that he has that same
Yeah.
way. You know.
Being at the field and being able to take all the complaints if it had gone horribly wrong, that says a lot about Gino. If you're
Yeah.
if you're willing to stand your ground against that, that's you don't see anyone else doing that anymore.
no,
No,
no, you're
no,
absolutely
no.
even
right. And
even back
and
in
how
the old
many
days.
how many guys would come on and show and give us a picture of his ceiling? Huh? Come on,
All right.
how many? Not a
Oh,
lot, not a
oh,
lot.
I see a
So,
hand. Oh, there he is.
I see it
Oh, he
moving.
woke up. He
He
woke
I
woke
see it
up.
up.
moving.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Gina, what's going on, buddy?
Passed out.
Yeah, we know you did. Yeah, yeah.
Was
We
that
figured we wake you up there.
now? Was that
Was I
was that during?
snoring? Was I
No, no,
snoring?
no. You weren't snoring. I was showing everybody your ceiling, though. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I said that was your biggest fan.
Ah,
We
Uh,
just started. Yeah, yeah. We know.
Yeah.
He's got a small mansion. Um, we were just talking about the Belkin paint and about you standing behind it and everything like that. I think that's what woke you up.
maybe.
He
Yeah.
was starting to have nightmares. It's like,
Told you it's hard to stay up. You
Yeah, I
guys are
know.
on the West Coast.
Well, I appreciate you doing it, though.
Mhm.
Someone told me that you got up at 4 o'clock sometimes the next morning to watch my show. Is that true?
Always.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I
I
love
get
it.
up at 4 a.m. So it's quiet, whatever. I do it.
Wow.
I probably 10 times. I usually watch the show early.
Wow. I
well,
appreciate that, buddy. I
you
really do. Well,
you
we
were
were
inter
talking good. While you were sleeping, we were talking positive things about not about the paint. The paint's great, Belkin's great, but about you personally. I'm taking the time to come to St. Louis, standing behind the paint when you sent that up here to my tournament up here, and you told me if you didn't like it, you were going to overnight me 2 skids. I'm like, who the hell does that except a guy that cares?
Hmm.
So, but you were talking nice about him too, right?
well, hey, Gino? Yeah. He's my little brother. You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh hell, then that
Well,
means he's my
well,
brother.
I was hard talking over his snoring. You forgot to turn your speaker off, man.
Hey, now, Bud, I asked you not to mention his snoring. Okay.
You gotta mention it, man. That was cool.
Well, Gino, I got to tell you, buddy, we love your products, but most of all, we love you standing behind them like you do, and hanging out with all of us.
oh yeah.
That's something that's very, very well appreciated. you'll probably never know.
Great.
Plus, I'm going to mess with you at Cups, so we're going to be down there. I know last year you had your jelly ball thing set up there. You going to have that set up again this year for the kids, or what's going on?
No. That was
One time
That was
thing?
that. That was them. But no, we're not doing that. We got over 100 teams this year. We got 2 trucks, not one. So we're hitting it hard.
Wow. Is Eugenia coming down there with you?
Oh yeah, she'll be down.
Oh, great. Yeah, because I'm bringing my wife. She cannot wait. She has to see that little girl, man. Every time I get it, as the picture comes up, I go, "Hey, there's another picture, Eugenia." She comes running in, grabs the phone out of my hand. Oh my God, she's such a little doll. I go, "Yeah, I'll text him, man. No problem."
She's
She
a
is.
cutie pie.
She absolutely is. Yeah, you did real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty sharp. Very,
Yep.
very happy for you.
Yep. So we got dates for next year yet? St. Louis.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
got
You're gonna be
dates?
there, right?
Yeah, you got the dates. I want to book it.
Same thing. Same date. Second weekend, whatever the second weekend in October is.
That's easy.
Yeah. Piece of cake. Bring David Bell with you too.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta have him with me.
You
He's
know who we're gonna bring
who's that?
next time? Marty Tripes.
Oh really?
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, the wheels are gonna go off with Marty.
it'll be
Hey Jacob.
October 12th and 13th.
Yeah, Jacob, in case you don't know, Marty Tripes was the head of Scott back in the day, Scott Goggles.
Ah, okay.
And we traveled together, and he's a piece of work. I
Nice.
love the guy. And he used to, Gino, he used to be a first class motorcycle guy.
Really? Really?
He
Oh
won
yeah,
he
number
won all
one
kinds of motorcycle. Yeah, not like you racing. Would you race? You raced what? Midgets?
motocross,
Wait, hold
motocross.
on. He's the world champion of
Yeah,
motocross
yeah,
for the
exactly right.
first 2 years of Supercross.
Yeah,
Yep,
His name was on the wall at Daytona for motocross. I mean,
yep.
Marty's. It's weird. I had some kids I used to look up to, and they used to race motocross. And one day I'm like, "Yeah, I know Marty," and I picked up the phone, called him. These guys almost like fell to the ground. Like I can't believe it because he was like people's idols, that were in the motocross
Yeah, yep.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
got
fun,
I
man.
got.
We traveled with him over to England and stuff, me and Schloss. And I got to tell you, he, yeah,
He's a
he gets
trip.
off the reservation sometimes. It's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well,
love it.
I got a few stories of riding with him too. So
Oh yeah,
one in
matter of
Mexico.
fact, you tipped over your side by side with him, didn't you? Or was
Oh
that no?
yeah.
That was Gregory. That was John
Well,
Gregory.
well, both of them.
Oh yeah. All right. So
I
you,
gotta make them mess their pants. I mean,
If
that's
you've
what
ridden
my
with
job.
Bud, you've rolled over.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah,
No,
yeah.
John actually rolled over on me. He was sitting in my lap when we finished up. Gregory. And
Yeah.
I said,
He just
John, I really like you, but this is a little too much, man.
he just texted me today too,
Yeah.
John Gregory. Yeah.
No,
Hey, and
he's
Clay,
a great guy. Great guy.
in case you guys don't know who John Gregory is, Jacob, he's the guy that started. Him and his wife started JT Racing. That is
nice.
JT. Yeah. And yeah, he's another great guy. He really, really is. You go back and you look at these guys, Gino and Gregory and Marty and Bud and stuff like that, and you think about taking them all out of the equation. Paintball might still be here, but it would never be here in the capacity that it's here now. Period.
Yeah,
Hey,
John also is one of the spearheads for bringing motocross to the U.S.
yeah,
He was
yep,
one of the first, actually. And there's one other guy beat him out, but John brought a lot of great riders over here to ride.
yeah.
You
Him and his wife Rita both.
Yeah, Rita
Rita's
was.
still online all the time. Yeah, I see her online
Yeah,
all the time. So
she's a great lady. Can't beat her. I mean, she is really, really neat. And had some good times with her. She definitely a person to speak her mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He did
Yeah.
back then too, all the time. Because
Oh
they were
yeah.
my goggle sponsor for a long time, a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the JT.
Hey, Fred. Bud probably knows this. Do you know how they got the name JT?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they were getting their license.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great story.
Tijuana.
yeah, it's a great story. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
and you know what?
it'll take a long time, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Have you ever seen the picture when he crashed his plane into the tree, Gino?
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh
that
yeah.
something? Guys, John Gregory, he has a place up in Montana, how he flies to his house back and forth. And he crashed into a tree and he was 89 feet in the air. His plane got hung up in a tree, just hanging there. And one of his neighbors that seen it crawled up there and roped him off and helped him get down, but they couldn't save the plane. They had to just yank the plane out of the tree and let it crash.
Yeah, the plane looked fine though before they tried to remove it.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He landed it in the tree.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
actually, they cut the tree down
yep,
and it fell over, and the plane was still fixable at that point. But then the helicopter came in to grab it, and he didn't know where to grab it, so he called in and he got the information wrong, picked it up, got up about 100 and something feet and dropped it.
yep,
The
Oh,
swing
Jesus.
come off of it.
I didn't
That
know
kind of,
that.
yeah, no,
yeah. See, that's the
it was
stories
a
you get.
mess.
Yep.
Yes.
All
It's
right,
in his
guys. Well,
neighbor's front yard. I mean, it's in his neighbor's living room right now.
well,
The
he has a house. He has a house off the grid, and he has one in town. So,
Yeah,
yeah, what he does is, he goes in town and he jumps in his plane and he flies to his house off the grid,
yeah.
which is supposed to be pretty cool, though.
Oh,
So,
it's absolutely
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah. Gino's got a pretty nice house, huh?
Yeah, the ceiling
Yeah,
looks great, Gino.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Great ceiling.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I I hear your place covers like half of New Jersey. Is that true?
No. No.
Okay, a quarter then.
No.
So it was all rumors.
That's
Those are the
all.
tunnels underneath it.
No. No tunnels. No tunnels.
Right on. Well, guys, you know what? We've gone over the hour. Gino, I appreciate you waking up and saying hi to all of us. That was pretty cool.
Hey, I tried. I tried.
I
All
love you,
right,
brother. You
guys.
know that. Come on.
We
All
love
right.
you, brother. We love you.
I'm
All
going to
right.
let you go to sleep because 4 o'clock is getting close to you.
And maybe I'll stay up later. All right. All right, guys. I'll see y'all.
Hey, thanks again, my friend.
All right. Hey,
Take care.
thanks for mentioning my mom too.
Oh, that would be automatic.
I know, but
That
I
would be
appreciate
automatic. Period.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right,
All right,
brother.
everyone. Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
Gino.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye, my friend.
Have a good night, man.
All right, buddy. Gino from Belkin. What a terrific guy, huh? Some of the stuff you just heard, Jacob and Bruce. When we're together down there, we'll all sit down and we'll throw some stories at you guys. Might want to wear a diaper because you'll be peeing your pants. It's going to be some of this stuff is pretty hilarious, man. I got to tell you. So, Bruce, you're going to be next. We didn't get to talk too much tonight. I promise I'll have you back on again sometime. But I'm looking forward to seeing you down at Cup. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time tonight to come on and hang out with us.
Yes,
Nice
sir.
seeing you, Bruce. Nice seeing you. You're all blue though,
Absolute
man.
pleasure, gentlemen. Thank y'all for having me. I'll definitely see y'all soon, and I'll definitely see y'all at World Cup. It's going to be awesome. I already know.
I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody.
All righty, bud. It's always good to see you. Mr. Bill, always good to see you. Mr. Easter, always great to see you. And Schultz, always good to see you, Fred. Love you, brother. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Yeah,
Love you too, my
it's
friend.
great,
Thank
great
you.
seeing you. Great seeing
Yes,
you,
sir.
brother. All right. Love you.
Boy, does that kid have a good attitude? Damn, I love it.
Well, he plays on an awesome team. Lockout.
Yeah, no, you're
baseball.
absolutely right. But I just like his attitude. He just got a good attitude. If you want paintball to grow, that's what you need. You need attitudes like that. Punk attitudes don't get you anywhere. And people that are genuine and and kind of humble too. Bud, you're kind of humble in a big way. You and I talk a lot, but it's humbling sometimes when people come up to us and talk to us. Am I right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes. I mean,
It,
yeah, it's wordless. I don't have words to express it. So, but it's just we just know a bunch of great people. One of them's right here. Both of them, one of them just left. So,
yeah,
and you two guys, it's just like it makes your life, worth living is what it
yeah,
is. So,
you're absolutely right.
yeah.
And just like I just put Ryan Courtney up there. He's one of these guys. I don't know, Jacob, if you know Ryan or not, but you're going to want to get to meet him and Paul Farrell. These are some very, very good guys, and they're so loyal. They're just they're the kind of people you want to meet. They really, really are.
I see Paul yeah, every day
Yeah,
on Facebook. So
great,
great,
great.
great guy.
Him and Ryan Courtney,
Both
they
of them.
are they are the first one on my show every week. They go back and forth. Usually it's Paul, but Ryan's been catching up to him lately. So I don't know
Well,
how the hell they do it, but they
they
do.
probably got like 30 computers, and they're all just sitting there trying to be the first one to hit.
You know what? That could be absolutely correct.
Yep.
Jacob,
No, that's
buddy, I appreciate you jumping on here with us tonight. You're an up and coming in the sport of paintball. You're doing very well, and you're handling it very well too. Like I say, never ever let it get bigger than who you are, because that makes you go downhill. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and I want to thank you personally for coming on tonight.
love you, brother.
Love you guys too, man. Thank you everybody that shared, fought for, supported WCPL, because that's Teddy's tournament start. So we'll always give you guys love and support there. And you've welcomed us in and answered. I mean, just above and beyond. Thank you guys from the top. And what you guys are doing for Maui Misfit kids, I know you met them at World Cup, but I got to meet them at Hawaiian Legends 2 years ago. Check out Toxic Teddy's page or my page, because we're doing a raffle for them as well.
Right on.
Carbon paintball, Toxic Teddy's. There's like maybe 10 slots left. I think it's $10 or $15 a slot. You could win
Right
this.
on.
And then we also have a Rocky Cagnoni hand grenade Wise Master number 124. Rocky himself signed the box at ICPL. Never been worn, brand new in box with all the goodies. 4 spots left on that, so check that out. Support those kids, like Fred said. We got like a week to get these guys taken care of, so please.
Yep, absolutely right. Appreciate that, Jacob. That's very cool.
Nope, thank you guys.
Yeah, you're
Take
taking
care,
notes very
brother.
well. Taking notes very well, my friend.
No, I
Love it.
love those kids, man. Those kids are absolutely awesome. When they host that Hawaiian Legends, their whole little team does a cookout thing, and you can go and get food, and that money goes to help them towards their practicing and paintball and whatnot. They grind like every week, multiple times. We're talking kids. A lot of times grown adults don't take the time to do some of that stuff.
Correct.
And they have positive attitudes.
Absolutely right, my friend. Well, you have a good evening. Give your little man a hug for me. So,
Yeah.
Will do.
yeah. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
wish you could, but I wish you could see the look on his face. I gave him a #1 medal when he was out here at the Northern
Yeah.
uh,
That's
tournament here. You
cool.
should have seen. Oh, I wish I had got a picture of that. I blew that. I should have got the camera before I gave him a medal. But
Yeah,
it's stuck in my mind and it'll be
that
there
was really
forever.
something, Fred. That was really
Yeah,
something.
the look on his
He had to
face,
go to the
Jacob, that was
hospital, and
something.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
had a rough time. Yep. So, all right, my friend, you have a good evening.
Take care.
All right, everybody, Mr. Jacob Easter. Terrific, terrific. Bud, appreciate you coming on here tonight, buddy.
Had a blast, man. Thank you for inviting me.
You're the
So,
man. Plus, we got to see Gino Sealing. That was pretty cool.
no,
You know?
no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, I got a lot. Anyway, It's always fun to be on here. Always fun.
Well, you know, you
Everybody you bring on is just top of the line. So
you can come on anytime. You know that. I mean, you're a big dog in paintball, and
well, I'd have been on last week, but I got off the damn plane with the flu. So I mean,
no problem.
I
I want to
couldn't
see what
talk.
we got here. Okay, the show hasn't ended yet, but we've had 214 video views already.
Holy cow!
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Not
But did
bad
you
at
see
all.
you see that picture that you and I took with that kid where we signed the
Yeah,
you signed his hat? That's got over
yeah.
14,000 reaches already.
Wow, that's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
That's
never.
amazing.
Yeah.
I got it
I
here
mean,
somewhere. Where is it? I got a picture of Jacob and I too. That one did pretty good, but this one right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. But you look down at the bottom, it's got over 14,000 reaches already.
well, I told you how popular you were. You
It
just
was
won't
you.
believe me.
It
No,
was
it
you.
was
You know,
you.
probably neither one of us, probably the kid in the middle.
Yeah, the kid
Hell,
in
I
the
never thought
middle.
about that.
No, he's a great kid, man. I love him. You know,
Absolutely. I'm with you.
he
He's
come up
showed it
really
off 1,300
humble.
times.
Yeah, he was really humble and asked, you know. I thought, wow, man, this is great, you know.
All right,
So,
bud. Well, I'm going to cut you off. I hang out in the green room and we'll all talk a little bit.
uh,
But thanks again for coming on tonight. Let's say goodbye to everybody.
Ugh.
okay. Tell goodbye, everyone. Love all you, and thanks for coming on the show and watching. And hopefully we'll see you at the next tournament.
There you
Take
go. All
care.
right.
Yeah.
Love you
See you
guys.
later.
Yep. See you, bud.
All right, everybody. It's Mr. Budor. Great guy. Great show. Great person, man. Gotta love it. All right, Bill, you're next.
See everybody. Hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow night on Kenny's General Paintball Museum.
6 o'clock
12.
Pacific time, 8 o'clock Bill and Kenny time,
Yep.
and 9 o'clock, I guess Kevin's time, huh?
Yeah,
Eastern time.
Kevin's time. Yep.
Yeah, Kevin's time. Yeah, it's always a good show. You guys get a chance to go on and jump on there. And to get hooked on there, what do they go to, Bill?
Just General Paintball Museum, and click on it, and it's a go. It's called Night at
That's
the
it.
Museum. Yep.
Right on. All right, Billy.
All right.
See you in a minute. All right, everybody, it's Mr. William Bailey. Again, one more time, I appreciate so much everybody watching tonight. Please don't forget, we have these things up for bid. We have the shirt with all the signatures from everybody, and we have an original Ironman shirt signed by Dave Weiscook. And this all goes to benefit the Maui Misfit Minis because we want to get them guys over to Cup here. So remember, guys, individually, we can all do something for paintball. Collectively, we can do an awful lot for paintball. So until next week on Facebook, on Flagpole Productions, please, everybody, play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play paintball. See you next week, all right?